Within the current Broadway ecosystem, many previously beloved shows become forgotten to time. Because we don't have any feasible way of seeing many shows from prior decades in a video format of some kind, there is a growing list of shows that have never had a Broadway revival. They essentially opened one time, and if you didn't see that one singular Broadway run, it's gone for good. And that seems inherently unfair to the art form. It means very few works will ever reach their full audience potential. How can we know if a revival will be the next Sunset Boulevard if it's just sitting on a shelf? There are several successful Broadway shows that have never had revivals, but could be updated with modern casting to revive interest. The musical Bubbling Brown Sugar, a celebration of Harlem nightlife, premiered in 1976 on Broadway and became one of the first commercially successful Broadway shows built around Black cultural history. But even in 2025, it has not seen the light of day on Broadway since. The musical A Day in Hollywood, A Night in the Ukraine opened in 1980 on Broadway and was a cult favorite, but has essentially been lost to time. The mega hit musical Titanic from 1997 was a smash at the box office, but surprisingly is almost never brought up for a revival. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the shows that simply won't fucking close. Most shows get a few months worth of performances, while a very niche, lucky few get to enjoy multiple decades of ticket sales. The longest running show in Broadway history is infamously The Phantom of the Opera, which opened on Broadway in 1988 and ran for a historic 35 years, ending in 2023. Of the shows still currently running on Broadway, Chicago holds the record as the longest running revival when it was revived in 1996, and for some reason is still going strong almost 30 years later, despite being one of the most glaring examples of a show that should have probably taken its final bow over a decade ago. Not far behind is The Lion King, which opened in 1997, just 1 year after Chicago's revival. Then there's Wicked, which has been defying gravity since 2003, 22 years after its premiere, making it the last and most recent show to cross the rare 20-year mark on Broadway. Cats opened in 1982 and ran for 18 years before closing in 2000. Les Miserables premiered in 1987 and closed in 2003 after 16 years. Mamma Mia ran for 14 years, opening in 2001 and closing in 2015. The Book of Mormon has been running on Broadway since its premiere in 2011 and is still performing today. The musical Hamilton recently marked its 10th anniversary on Broadway, having debuted in 2015. While show sticking around is not inherently a bad thing, in Broadway's rigid ecosystem, where theaters are scarce and risk-taking is rare, these long-term squatter shows of Broadway start to feel less like beloved staples and more like landlords blocking the next generation of shows from emerging.